Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing a JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with the Japanese and CFS V2 miles. And I should get on that for you in a moment. Just say the first video was our 6 AM upload, and we've got a 10 to 14 day with all other regular features coming for you later on this afternoon. So please like, share, subscribe on the videos, and thank you so much everybody for doing that. Right, okay, we're going to start off with the 500 millibar height anomaly for week 1 from the JMA from the North Pole and Arctic view down. So this is the North Pole of the Arctic just here. This is the wider Arctic circle around there. And then we've got the middle latitudes around here. So these are broken down into weekly periods. The first week period will take us from the 4th today through to the 11th of February. So the coming week we'll have above average heights, high pressure sitting over and to the south of the country with below average heights, low pressure up to the north, and we'll be bringing a pretty strong westerly flow and a pretty strong jet stream as well. So plenty of dry weather in the south in the weekend, but there will be more unsettled conditions further north with that trough of low pressure. Into week 2, which takes us from the 11th through to the 18th of February, we find above average heights then sitting more or less over top of the country, still with below average heights away to the north, but the jet stream is pushed northwards up there. So it means that most places are dry with high pressure, bringing a fair amount of fine weather, and it will be pretty mild as well. It could be frost and fog by night and morning, of course, but by day, reasonably mild winds are coming up from a southwesterly direction. And then weeks 3 and 4 will take us from the 18th of February through to the 4th of March, and the coming week again is dominated by high pressure sitting pretty much over top of the country. Lower pressure is away to the northwest. The jet stream is pushed northwards as well. So, it's just a continuation of mainly dry but also mild weather. There will be, again, a risk of overnight frost and fog early and late, but by day, as the sun is strengthening into the latter part of February, early part of March, it will be pleasantly mild, maybe even quite warm. This is a tropical and mid-latitude view, so the UK line in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it on this view. Reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height on with low pressure way to the north and high pressure to the south, and winds generally coming in from a flat westerly direction. So it's a significantly milder than average week in the weekend from the 4th to the 11th of February, above average temperatures quite widely through the UK and most parts of Europe looking very mild. Eastern and northeastern America, though, looking really cold. That's where the cold air is. And precipitation-wise, a little bit wetter than average from the far north of the country, but a bit drier than average down to the south. Week 2 will be the 11th to the 18th of February. The high pressure pushes northwards and more or less sits over top of the country in this week. So it's another milder than average week with above average temperatures coming through once again. And it's also driving average, particularly so for England and Wales. It's a little bit more unsettled both for Scotland and for Ireland. And then week 3 and 4 is the 18th of February through to the 4th of March with the above average heights then right in over top of the country, bringing lots of dry and fine weather. The temperature anomaly continues to be mild now, so a very mild 4 weeks, very mild month coming up. If this is right, and still away from Scotland anyway, it looks largely on the drier than average side. So, mild and dry and spring-like, really, through the second half of February, if the JMA is correct. Let's see how the CFS V2 compares, and these are 500 millibar heights broken down into week periods once again. The first week period will take us from the 4th to the 10th of February. The coming week will have low pressure, below average heights away to the north, above average heights to the west, and winds coming in from westerly direction. So perfect agreement between the two models for week 1. Most unsettled in the north, driest in the south. This is where we deviate with CFS to the JMA. So in week 2, the 11th to the 17th of February, it becomes much more unsettled with the CFS, with below average heights developing over and to the west of the country. That will turn us very unsettled actually, and bring quite a bit of rain in from off the Atlantic as the high pressure sort of splits in two, and some of it goes over to Eastern Europe and some of it pulls out into the Atlantic. That's a lot more unsettled for week 2 with the CFS compared to what the JMA was showing. Week 3 also looks very unsettled compared to the JMA. This is the 18th to 24th of February. Low pressure out to the west, winds coming in from off the Atlantic. It's mild with that, don't get me wrong. Both the scenarios are suggesting mild weather, but the difference is whether it's high pressure dominated or low pressure dominated, and that one is much more unsettled. And it goes on into week 4 to some degrees. It's the 25th of February to the 3rd of March, still with deep low pressure aim in North Atlantic. The heights do rise a little bit to our south. The Azores High starts to push northwards and sends the jet stream northwards as well. So certainly for more southern areas, that's turning a little bit drier, but in the northwest, that still looks very unsettled. So the temperature anomaly for week 1 from the 4th to the 10th of February is above average. Week 2 is the 11th to the 17th of February, and that is also a little bit above average as well. Week 3 is the 18th to the 24th of February. That one is milder than average also. And then finally, week 4 is the 25th of February to the 3rd of March, and it also comes out with above average temperature. Very mild 4 weeks with both of the models. The difference is with the pattern and with the precipitation. So week 1, precipitation with CFS from the 4th to 10th of February. A little bit wet average just to our north, but a bit drier than average to our south. But look what happens into week 2. It's the 11th to 17th of February, and then all areas are going wetter than normal. Week 3 is the 18th. Whoops, it's the 18th through to 24th of February, again with significantly above average rainfall, and so that's week 3. Week 4 is the 25th of February to the 3rd of March, and that one again is wetter than average, particularly so to more northern and western areas. So the CFS definitely the more unsettled of the two models. Right, so it's a mild outlook, whichever way we look at it, whether it's a JMA or a CFS, we've got above average temperatures going on here. But differences in the pattern, will it be high pressure or low pressure dominated pattern for the second half of February? That makes an important difference, because will it be a dry, mild pattern as a JMA is showing, or will it be a wet, mild pattern as the CFS is showing? And, yeah, you know, we'll just wait and see how it plays out. But a disagreement from as early as week 2, which is a little bit unusual if that's happened, but disagreement from as early as week 2 as to whether it's going to be wet or dry through the second half of February. We shall see. Just a snapshot of what these models show. They could look completely different next week. So any forecast beyond 5-7 days comes with big health warnings attached. Of course, we're going to be back a little bit later on with your 10 to 14 day, but we include all our break features, so come back for that then. But for JMA Friday for this week, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.